First off, you all bear with me. One thing that God has certainly blessed me with is a teddy bear heart, so we'll do our very best to get through this. We all knew Lance as a dear friend. He certainly cared about Covington, Virginia, cared about our kids. He probably didn't get any much more joy out of life than chasing them young ones around to these ball games and travel ball. And there was a young lady he spoke of highly that played softball down at Allegheny High School. We always enjoyed telling our deer stories. Never figured out how he could always see the biggest deer, but he always won the battles of he and I having conversation with our buck stories, so to speak. He came by. He was a huge supporter of Alan Dress, a huge supporter, and he believed in myself. He believed in the vision and the direction that we were heading, and he supported what we stood for and where we were heading. And I'd like to say that certainly his spirit is here with us today, and he's smiling down on us because a lot of things that he and I talked about a few years ago have come to fruition here in the community. If you don't believe me, go over to the Jack River Sport Complex and get yourself a little putt-putt. So, a lot of things to be proud of. He was also a big advocate of Cougar football and the project that we had down there, and all the paving that we were doing around Covington, and investing money back into our city. Investing the monies that, I understand being a taxpayer, and sometimes when we're digging ditches and putting water lines and sewer lines, that's not visible. So we don't get the value of that, but certainly the value of our highway paving. And when you walk out through this evening, I want you to take a look at the Mid-City Mall parking lot. Friday at 5 o'clock, the whole lot will be paved. Hopefully striped as well, but we as a city, and through his direction, of course, invested these kinds of monies to make Covington a livable community, and we appreciate that so very, very much. Kathy and I, many don't realize, we go back a long ways, not just through high school together, but Kathy was my administrative secretary in Parks and Recreation 32, 33 years. So, we haven't aged a bit, so we're proud of that. And we often say, and Kathy and I, we certainly had our challenges out there, but I can honestly tell you that only the faces have changed. We still got the same challenges in the past, and most of it is regarding playing time. So, but anyway, like I said, Kathy and I go back a long ways with the city, and then with Lance. So I just, it does my heart good to be able to be here. I was with Lance on the Thursday before his passing. I won't get too deep into it, but there were pictures taken of me purchasing University of Virginia stuff. So I go down, Vivi and I went down to the Bryan Center, and Lance was quite pleased to know that his Hokie friend bought that UVA stuff for him. Of course, it's sad to say that I was on my way to the Outer Banks when Kathy and I touched base with each other in the wee hours Saturday morning. So again, we thank Lance for his service. We thank the good Lord for his presence and the life he gave him here. And as Stephanie said, we know that his soul was comfortably by his side as we gather this evening. So with that, I'd like to read the resolution of respect, honoring the service of Covington City Councilman and Mayor William E. Lance Carson, Jr. Whereas William Lance Carson was born October 16, 1959, and whereas Lance was a proud 1983 graduate of Ferrum College, and whereas Lance dedicated his life to serving the residents of the Allegheny Highlands community, both young and old. And whereas Lance dedicated over 3 decades to the residents of the Allegheny Highlands as an employee of the Allegheny County Covington Department of Social Services, serving as a social worker and adult protective services until his retirement in 2018. And whereas Lance was a dedicated and active member of the Word of Life Ministries while also serving as a Little League coach for many years. And whereas Lance was elected to Covington City Council in a special election in 2020 to serve the unexpired term of the late C.J. Inchmayer, was elected to a full term in 2022 and was appointed mayor of Covington in January 2025. And whereas outside of his service on Covington City Council and as an employee of Advance Auto, Lance was a beloved husband, father, grandfather, brother, colleague, and friend. And now, therefore, be it resolved that the Council of the City of Covington expresses its sympathy to the Carson family and honors Lance for his long service to the City of Covington, the Allegheny Highlands, and those whom he came in contact with, honoring the life and legacy of Mayor Lance Carson. With profound gratitude for a life service, this resolution was approved by the Covington City Council on Tuesday, September the 9th, 2025. Amen. Turned out really nice. We want to thank Amber. There's a copy of the resolution with his smiling face. So, very, very nice. And this goes to Kat. Thanks. Thank you, family, for being here tonight. Much appreciated.